I can tell. Yes, we are. So I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'm going to pause for just a moment, let some of you come on in, but I'm not going to stop talking. My name is Zakia Ringgold of Live Soap School. I do see my microphone is moving, so hopefully that's working. My camera is doing its own thing. I'm noticing like as I move, it kind of tries to follow me, which is pretty interesting. But as the title of this implies, why should soap makers attend meetups? If we are connected on Facebook and or Instagram, I shared in my story this weekend that I went to a soap makers gathering in New York. And of course, like we always do, we come back and we do an unboxing of all of the goodies. But I'm also going to share on here why I think no matter what your handcrafted hobby is, if it's a business or you're taking it a little bit more seriously, why you should find local meetups so that you can continue to grow, interact, and network with other makers. But I did go ahead and create a video of our experience. So go ahead, share the broadcast, go grab your cup of coffee, because on this video, we're going to unbox our goodies from what we got at the Soap Makers Gathering. And then we're also going to discuss why you should consider going to a gathering. Right, so hopefully that gave you a little bit of a preview of what I'm going to show you, but you really can't sum it up in words. It's like you really have to be there. But if you've just joined or for whatever reason you missed the beginning part, I'm going to recap. I'm Zakia Ringgold of Live Soap School as well as by Zakia. And this past weekend we attended a soap gathering. And at this soap gathering there's a couple of things that happened. I remember when I first got started making soap and I told my mom or my aunt, I told someone that I was going to a soap making conference. And they said, they have those? I'm like, yeah, they have those. Any industry that you are in, there are probably some enthusiasts that are just like you. And the reason I go to these things is because it's one of the only places that you can go and talk soap for like beyond 10 minutes. Like normally people will placate me for about 5 minutes, but then if I keep going, they're kind of got that deer in headlights. How can we change the conversation? Whereas these gatherings allow you to really be able to interact with other people, learn new techniques, which we will be doing this week in the form of cream soap making, get new supplies, actually destash, meaning sell things, product swap. So I'm going to go over some of the things that I got. I do see some thumbs up and some hearts. I can't tell where you guys are watching for whatever reason. It would not go to my Facebook business page, but wherever you are watching, click on that like button, click on that share button, and make sure you click on that follow button. If I can't see your comments, I only see like 2 comments over there. I will come back and respond to them on the chat. So this is my goodie bags. I'm thinking, where do we start first? So I think the first place we'll start is education. A lot of people will ask me, well, how did you learn how to make soap or lotion or whatever? A lot of it starts in books. And then there's a lot of trial and error. Then there's a lot of YouTube. There's a lot of testing. But then I'll go to different meetups and conferences to grow my knowledge base. Aside from networking and all of that, I realize that no man is an island. No person knows one thing. So these conferences and meetups allow us to actually go learn from people who have maybe done it for maybe 5, 10, 20 years longer than we have, or they've discovered something new. So let's start there with the cream soap making. I am Mary from Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? You always get a dance whenever I see Brooklyn. If you guys don't know, that is a Biggie Smalls reference. Biggie Smalls is the illest. All right, so let's talk about the lesson. So we did a cream soap lesson. And guys, we're adding something to the lineup. All right, let me show you. I'm going to bring this closer to the camera. Hopefully it'll come up through there. But we learned how to make our own cream soap, which can be used as a shaving soap, as a facial cream soap, and you can adjust the thickness of it. And this is ready to use right about now. It's still going to I'm not going to use the technical term because the technical term is rot. Nobody wants anything to rot. Who wants to put something on their skin that rots, right? Nobody. But that's the soap making term for it. And over time, it's going to change in consistency. The beautiful LaShonda Tyree taught this lesson, which was amazing. We also had Vanessa show us another technique for using our soap scraps. I do have a sample of that. It's in the kitchen, the actual kitchen, not the soap kitchen, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't have that here to show you all, but the first thing that we did was the cream soap making. It's a long process, but it's so worth it. Let me see if I can show you what the consistency is right now. And again, this will change over time. She had to rush it a bit because, soap makers, but hopefully you guys can, and that is soap. Say it with me. S-O. Look at that. Look at that texture. LaShonda, I'm giving you a shout out now. Girl, because you have just added to my lineup. All right, let me get a paper towel because we still don't have running water in the soap studio, but ask and one day we shall receive. All right. So that was the cream soap making. She gave us a complete instruction on it, a demo, a walkthrough of the process. So it's going to be on a live stream pretty soon. After lunch, which was catered, it wasn't really catered, but the lady's husband, he actually cooked the most amazing lunch. It was delicious. Can't say anything more about it aside from nobody was hungry afterwards. Oh shoot, this is a sugar scrub, and I think, yeah, there we go. Now, we make sugar scrubs, but always good to see someone else's recipe. I made an exfoliating, I'm trying to get some out. I don't know if you guys can see that. And there's a little extra oil in there, but I made an exfoliating sugar scrub, and I used walnut peels, rose petals, lavender, and pumice stone, because these heels at the end of the summer are janky, jacked up. And you can be like, oh my God. Well, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest with you all. Let me see. I see that you all are here. I'm going to have to put you that are watching on Facebook on my screen right here because your comments are not coming up here for me. But I see Shelba is here. Virginia is here. Kim, Deb, and 6 other people, but I can't tell who you are. But whatever, you're here. And if you comment on the screen there, I'll be able to say hi. I think I'm only getting your YouTube comments on my computer, but I saw those bursts of hearts as well as those thumbs up. Deb, I just finished your blog and your podcast. It's going to be amazing. So you actually got 3 blogs on the Live Soap School page because of so much history. I'll go there in a minute. Hey there, Melissa. Hey, Deb. How are you? All right, so this was the sugar scrub. So that's a make and take. So there was the workshop on actually how to make your own cream soap. There's bar soap. There's liquid soap. There's body wash. There's cream soap. There's soap slime. There's so many different methods that you can use depending on what it is that you're after. So cream soap is just another one. And then it was LaShonda that was teaching, so of course I was going, right? And then there is the sugar scrub. We all make sugar scrubs, but just seeing different recipes and actually being there with other makers making a product is really, really fun. So they were the 2 products, but there's so much more beyond going and learning. You're interacting and you're networking with other people. And then there's something called a D-stash. Now, if I were to pan around this soap studio, that would be about 70% of all the things I've purchased for soap making. The other 30% is in my basement. I just never pulled it back up, right? So a D-stash is when soap makers, cosmetic makers, herbalists, whoever, they come and they bring those items. So instead of losing money, they're then able to either sell it, put it in a donation pile, and then get a little bit back. I generally have a rule of thumb with D-stashes. I generally do not buy oils, butters, or fragrance oils when I go to a D-stash. And especially if it's for a product that I'm making, because I can't really know how long that maker had those products before I buy them. There was one exception, and that was with Sarah. Sarah is another maker that I met on Periscope, but we have interacted with each other at several gatherings, and she had some fragrance oils that I'll be able to use for a melt and pour and sugar scrub classes for the kids. So I'm going to show you that in a second. So what did we get from the D-Stash? Of course, molds. You can always have too many molds. I was going to say you can never have enough. You can always have too many. I have bags and bags of silicone molds. But depending on the size of them, these little babies are great for making embeds. So this one is hearts. Little girls and boys love hearts when you're doing hot process soap. And then these are also good for Valentine's Day if you want to do like a lotion bar or something like that. And then who does not like emoji smiley faces? I should probably turn it that way so you can see what that looks like. So that'll be a smiley emoji face that people would be able to see. And then these little squares will allow me to create embeds for our bath bombs. So there's different sizes. Well, that'll be a huge A embed if I use that one right there. So not that one, but these other ones, it's better if you see the back. That gives me different shapes for the embeds, which would release color within the bath bomb. And then I got a smaller one. This is your typical size of bath bomb embeds. So you would fill this up with your bath bomb mixture. You can have different colors, and that's what gives your bath bombs different colors. So getting these were on the donation pile, so I gave them about $4 for these molds, and then I gave $1 for this one. So that was the molds. And then, of course, I always get these. These are the perfect molds if you are somebody who has different fragrance oils that you are testing. You never test it in a full batch. Test it in a half a pound batch. And then this will allow you to pour your soap. And if you're testing like maybe 6 different fragrances, because they come in 1-ounce containers, if you're testing them, then you can have 6 bars of soap and not a huge loaf, and they're very easy to come out because of the silicone. Very pliable. So whenever I see these or the square shape, I get them at so if you're going to be at an upcoming soap makers gathering, know that Zakia is a sucker for these because they're also good for my hands-on soap making classes as well. So if you have these to de-stash and you and I are in a similar place, let me know. So that's what that was in terms of the de-stash. Then there were these colorants. These were mica colorants. It's a new soap company or supply company that I met, Christine, and it's Koala's Crafting Boutique. And she has purple, pink, green. And what I would do with these is I would break them up and I would put them into the different bath bomb kits that we use for the workshops. So that's what that is right there. So I'm just moving it off to the side so we have room. In terms of the de-stash, we did get the fragrance oils, like I mentioned, from Sarah. This one is called Hot Fudge Brownie, Strawberries and Cream, Georgia Peach. I know we're leaving the summer, but everybody likes a peach every now and then. Then we also got Red Hot Cinnamon. Say it with me, red, and it smells like the hot tamales. Hot tamales, hot tamales. Citrus and teak wood. And then we also got cool water. Because sometimes when I go to these workshops with the kids in particular, the boys are like, I don't want that fruity smelling stuff. This cool water will make them feel kind of like a gentleman. A young gentleman. All right. So I believe that is it from the de-stash pile. No, I'm sorry. Sarah actually gave me these 2 candle colorants. One is a really bright neon orange and this other teal green. And then from the Koala place, I also got these injectors. These injectors are good for if you're doing a particular soap design where you only want the color to go in a specific spot. So I got these. You can also use them for getting your oils and whatnot into a smaller container without too much of a mess. Good morning. Great to see you from your girl in Philly. Hey there, Sylvia. How are you? So that's what we got in our D-stash pile. Aside from the knowledge and all of that, aside from getting to make stuff, aside from getting to buy stuff, there are this was also a D-stash. I got 50 of these fancy boxes that I'll be able, and I would not ship anything in these boxes. I would only do these at an in-person vending event that I have coming up in October. It's the Still I Rise conference that will be in Delaware. So these are the kind of boxes, because they're not sturdy enough unless you were to put them inside of another box. But these look really good on a table. Put yourself a nice ribbon. You can have a bath bomb, a sugar scrub, a lip balm, a bar of soap, and then maybe a mini body wash all in one little box. And it sells pretty well. So to get so many at a discounted price, and the reason they're able to have them is you just kind of put the boxes together. They come flat with the top piece that you fold together and then the bottom piece. And the website for where to get them is on the back, which is good. If you are wondering, like, hey, Zakia, because I already know once this is done on YouTube, somebody sees it, you're like, where can I get those boxes? According to the back, it is at tap-usa.com. Now, hopefully post-COVID, they are still open, but that's what I was able to get from the D-stash. Aside from the D-stash, aside from the product making as well as the knowledge, there is also something called a product swap. Product swaps are like something I really look forward to. Now, this one is a little bit different from other product swaps I've been a part of. The one at the Old Sage Apothecarian, what they do is, as part of the product swap, you actually get the recipe so that you can try and make it. This one is, you're just bringing your product and you get a chance to try out different ones. Product swaps are really good because you get ideas for how to package, maybe a new product that you want to learn, or hey, I never even thought of making that. So that's why I do enjoy the product swaps. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up, hearts on the Facebook side. You're cool for that. So this one is the first one. It's the Green Harmony Body Soap. And it has like the little label on here. It has the ingredients on here. And then it has the vendor information on the back. I'm going to go ahead, open this up, pull it out. Oh, it smells really good too. And it looks like it has like little confetti on the inside. So that's the first one that we got. Then we got Dark Moon Emulsified Sugar Scrub, and it's called Sun Poppy. Ooh, Sun Poppy smells delicious and divine. So look, you all know my bathroom is going to be lit to death. Now, it's always my products, but to get all these other products to try out, and they're handmade, which is a number one thing there. Now, what is this? All right, I'm going to save this for last because it's going to take some time to open that up. We got another bar of soap, and it's a calendula cream. Ooh, that sounds nice. All right. Then we got a cedar and vanilla soap, and this one has a cigar band wrapped around it. Let's talk a little bit about wrapping. Some people put it in an organza bag. Some people, this is my preferred method of putting it in a shrink wrap bag. Some people, they want you to be able to smell it when you first walk up on it. They just put a cigar band around it. Let's see. We got an organza bag, which is stamped with the person's logo. It says always kind. And this is a coffee and dark chocolate scented soap by Uber Sop. And then it also has the ingredients on the back, and you can smell through it. Now, sometimes when I'm shrink wrapping, that thing is from the devil. I think that shrink wrapping machine comes directly from the devil. That chocolate one is my favorite smell. Oh, Sarah's here. Sarah, I just showed your fragrance oils. It smells really good. But the shrink wrapping machine, I don't care how good you are at sealing them, they always pop. If they pop on my seams, I will typically leave it open because that way it's easier to open and you can smell it before you actually use it or decide to buy it. And then we got is this like a body oil? Yes, it is. Rub-a-dub-a-dub. I'm going to give this to Paige. Oh, and it smells nice too. Yeah, Paige loves these. She has all the little things, right? The lip balm, and now she'll have a little body oil roller, which will be great for her. All right, we've got more. And then this one came from LaShonda of Naya Beauty. So I'm hoping you're not able to see. Hold on, let's bring the camera back just a taste, because I'm hoping that you're able to see just the variety of ways that people are able to package. And you can also see that, but I want you to see that there. Well, I'll hold them up afterwards. We'll keep going. Ooh, just the simple ingredients. This looks like a milk soap. Oh yeah, a bath soap. Look at this container. Look at that. And it has whole milk powder, colloidal oatmeal, Himalayan salt, kaolin clay, Epsom salt, calendula flowers, and peach fragrance oil. What did we just say about that Georgia peach? I want it, and I want it now. So let's see how this smells. Ooh, Linda. I know you guys are like, there's nobody named Linda on here. You're either Linda or Caroline when you're watching these streams. I'm just saying. Unless I see your name, like Sarah just now. All right, so I'm going to use that to put that there. We have a lemon and ginger tea soap. Now, again, a very different way of wrapping the soap. This one is done in a coffee filter. So we have shrink wrap, cigar band, boxes, and we also have the coffee filter. So depending, you don't have to break the bank when you are just getting started. Use what works for you and then just grow with it. We also have a bubble tea soap. And this one has embeds on it, and they shrink wrapped it. Made in Canada. That was another nice thing about this one. We had several makers that were there from Canada. So they had their label on the back. They had shrink wrapped it, and then they have their label on the front as well. Very pretty. All right, we got a little bit more, just a few more bars. And then we'll get to the goodie bag. I think I got 2 of one. Yeah, this is the same one in the cigar band. And then this one is in an organza bag with the business card on the inside. Let me pull that one up. So see, there's several ways there. And then look at the colors on the back. So you can smell through this. Your soap is ooh, it smells good too. Lord of mercy. So we got plenty of soap. And then let's go ahead and open this box. I forget what these boxes are called, but I'm just curious what these are inside. Oh, lip balm. There's a root beer lip balm. You know this is going in Paige's pile. Explosive Good lip balm. No, I'm sorry, Peach Zinger. And then there is lavender. So we got 3 lip balms, and they all have like different, one is black, one is blue, one is purple. So that's what we got in terms of the product swap. Unfortunately, you can't see it all the way my camera is, but it came out really nice. And I get to try out all of these products from various makers. The one thing I have to do is make sure I keep whose is whose together so that I am able to like reach out to them and thank them or ask them, hey, how'd you make that? Right? All right. So that's what all of these are. I'm going to get them all back in the bag, and then we'll talk about the giveaway, door prizes. And I'm missing one of the door prizes because I got 2 gift certificates valued at about $150. So that paid for the cost of admission in and of itself. All right, so the goodie bags, the thing about this one is what you get in your goodie bag is dependent on how soon you order. I think that is genius, or how soon you register and pay for your ticket to the gathering. The reason I think that is genius is people look forward to these goodie bags, right? So I know that if I register as soon as they open, I'm getting everything that's being shipped. unlike Zakia, who registered the day of, the date, like when I showed up there, and that's just because my brain did what it did, right? And that's in terms of, you know how you open up a tab and then you're like, oh, squirrel, let me go see what I'm going to eat for lunch. You walk away and then you come back and it's like, oh, shoot, I think I did it. Maybe I didn't. And then 2 days before, they're like, hey, Zakia, are you still coming? Are you paying? I'll just pay you when I get there. All right. I also want to mention Sarah one more time with the sidewalk chalk. If you're following me on Facebook, there's like this, it's almost hopscotch, but it's a new version of hopscotch. We were planning on doing it, but the day got away from us. We did practice it. I think we know how to do it. And she brought the sidewalk chalk so we could do that. See how I did that? I don't know if Sarah's still on here, but I got it right after like 16 tries. It was a young whippersnapper there that was just messing with us. She was messing with us like, it's easy. All right, let me do it 16 times and then I'll figure it out. So let's talk about the goodie bag. Lots and lots of glass. And Sarah, if you're on here, I know the company that donated these, their label isn't on here. Don't know. Yeah, that's for Miss Page. But they gave us several glass jars. I like glass jars, but I don't love glass jars. Shipping is already through the roof. This will be good for me to test out some candles because I'm finding out that I absolutely love candles. But I don't think my products will actually, I can't get the words out, will actually be shipped out in glass. It just costs way too much to do it. Like maybe at a local show. But look at all of these different samples of glass jars that we were able to get. Now that's a lot of candles. And then me, I am reuse and recycle queen. So after the candle wick is all done, nothing wrong with pouring some brand new wick in there and you got yourself another candle. So they come in different shapes and sizes. I love the little mason jar ones and all of that. Locks looking amazing. Oh, you talk about my hair? This is going to be really hard to repurpose because I keep going like off on a tangent. And then we got little fragrance packages. So these are small fragrances. This has, I'm going to open this because this looks like there's a lot of organic. This came from With Nature with Love. Camelina oil. Got to look up what that's for. I have no idea. Oatmeal milk and honey. Yep, it's your typical oatmeal milk and honey. Smells good. And then there's an organic sweet orange essential oil. There's a, Bolivian pink salt. That sounds like label candy, but I'll take it. And then there's also a coupon for 15% off with an order. There is a vanilla creme de la creme fragrance. What? A USB fragrance diffuser. This is genius. A great way to scent the space around your computer. You got that funky coworker that's just letting it loose. Plug in a diffuser. That is really cool. Incense. These are vanilla. I think I got a couple of incense in here. Strawberry frosty. Never know how to say that word. An incense holder so that you don't have the ashes all over the thing. That thing is crazy, right? And then I have these soap boxes. I never use these. These are sustainable soap boxes. So if you're a soap maker, another packaging. If you're trying to get away from plastic, you don't really like the coffee filters, you don't want to get a box, consider these boxes here as another alternative for how you can package your soap. We got a diffuser oil. Mandarin orange. Well, look at that, somebody. All right. More boxes. These are my third favorite thing to get. Look at all these mini spatulas. These are great for scraping your colorant out when you're mixing up your additives. Just getting those small fine details. Also for texturing the top of the soap. If you don't have a spoon available, these little mini spatulas are fantastic for that. So we're going to put them right on the spatula aisle right there. Then, of course, more fragrance oil. Well, no, this is a shea butter surfactant. And I think it was Sarah. We were there and she's like, what the heck are we going to do with that? Shampoo bar. Shea butter surfactant. So that's what we're going to try with that. We got another bag from Nature with Love. So as you can see, there was a reason why I had to clear my table. All of this, and there could have been more, but then, you know, just spending money for no reason, right? She got everything I did. Yeah, it's the same. So I got a double bubble, which is good because it's hard to use these really small containers unless you're making like a lotion, because it doesn't take much to scent a lotion. And yeah, so I got double of the From Nature with Love stuff. And then Capri Olivo, Nature's Garden. Let's see how that smells. Ooh, that was nice. Now, you know, I'm horrible at describing a scent. I did get a Goldilocks fragrance oil, which I'm excited about. Now, what would we use these sticks for? It feels like, would that be for your oil diffuser? Or your diffuser oil? Stick them in there. We got, looks like glitter from Koala's Crafting Boutique. Of course, my uncle has fallen in love with this. These are the soap nets. So, guys, if you don't already have a soap bag, you know how your soap gets down to the itty bitty bar? What you can do is get yourself a soap saver bag. Put those pieces inside of here. You can do like 3 or 4 different ones. And then you're creating your own bar of soap. And then you can lather up and wash with these bars. So you're actually using it down to the last drop. And you can use the sticks for swirling. Hello, Vanessa. You're never on my lives. Welcome, welcome. And then we have a mini bath bomb maker. Now, I'm probably never going to use this here. But the kids can use this in the classes. Look at how cute this is. You would get an itty bitty, teeny tiny mini bath bomb right there. So what you do is you fill your mixture in there, mold it, push it out, and you've got yourself an itty bitty, teeny tiny soap bath bomb mold. And I just think it's really cute. Then we got a lot of paperwork. I'm not reading that right now because this broadcast is at about 35 minutes. We are doing wonderful. Zakia Ringo is the Maverick and Forerunner. She got to do that show until, right? I always do. I always do them. Like, what is all of this? All right, and then we got the Winterberry Champagne. Can't smell anything through the foil. Fake it till you make it. It's not like drop dead fall over with it. This one is burnt sugar and spruce. I'm gonna take the thing off again. Questionable. Not really my cup of tea. But that means it goes in the pile for the kids to choose, right? You don't have to, never throw them away, guys. Give them to another maker. Use them in a class. Put them in a candle. Give them to the in-law you don't like. There's plenty you can do with it. All right. And then there is blackberry sage tea. That would be going to a class. That's how you guys will know if I really love a scent or not. That will be going to a class. What kind of event did you go to? This was I haven't even said it. It was the Bubbles and Blazes conference in Rochester, New York. My brain was frozen. Another shea butter surfactant. So I got 2 of those. So lotion bars, shampoo bars, conditioner. And we got Candle Science, brown sugar and fig. Maybe this one will be better. Yeah, I have a certain nose, and the nose is saying no. This one is Red Plum Baklava. It's okay. But they are all of the scents. And then we got these little makeup containers. So if you are somebody, which I don't, you could use this for a lip balm. You can put like 3 different lip balms in there. You can do a blush. You can do, if you're into making cosmetics, you can do that. So we got these little samples there. You guys see my nails? Look, I'll show you. It's time for a refill, but look. We did like this little design where they kind of, whatever. But that's what's going on with my nails. Don't know if they actually came up in there. We got a couple of buttons and business cards. So hopefully what this is showing you is nothing, because you can't see what's going on my table. Going to meetups. Yes, you can get a whole bunch of stuff that's just going to end up sitting around if you don't do anything with it. Do something with it, number 1. Number 2, you get to learn new techniques, but they have to make sense for what it is you're doing in your business. Don't do like I did when I first got started, like, oh yeah, I'm going to make unicorn bath bombs. Never did it. Bought the molds, got the shirt, the t-shirt, the hat, and everything else. Whatever. Never made it and wasted money. So be consistent. Nails are on point. That color looks, oh, thank you, girl. But get things, especially like when you're going to a D-stash, get things that make sense for you. And these are all of the things. Registration was $70. I ended up paying $90 because it was like the last day. But for $90, I got to be surrounded by soap makers for an entire day. I got to learn another method of making cream soap. I got a chance to actually meet some people that had been watching me on here, which is great. It's always fun when somebody says, I watch you on YouTube. And it's like, oh, thank you, girl. Nice to meet you, but not like that. But it's kind of like flattering because you never know who's watching on the other side. What else did we do? I think I got recharged and re-energized. I think the last time that I did a broadcast was over a month ago, because truly I have been out of energy. It was like, well, where am I going with this? What's the purpose of doing it? Why do it? And all of that. But then going and being surrounded, I found that spark again, which is exciting. So if you are a maker, I would highly, sugar scrubs as well. I would highly recommend that you find local gatherings or other makers. If there isn't one that exists, create one. Say, hey, let's just all get together. Everybody bring lunch and we can do a product swap. We can share those kind of things. But go to those that are established, because what will happen is not only do you get all of this stuff, you also get to give. You get to share your stories, your insights, your feedback that may help another maker. We were sitting and we were talking. People brought my books, which is always, I always get excited when people buy my books. Other people are like, I ain't trying to get your books. You're not like super famous. You're not super famous. I don't want those. But then some people are like, yeah, give me your books. But it was just sharing like small things that we've done on our journey to do tweaks. Or Sarah was sharing where she gets her coconut oil and how she's able to get it at 75 cents an ounce. And you know, these prices have jumped sky high. So really try to not only go and take, but be as much of a giver when you're at these kind of events. If you don't already subscribe, Deborah Davis. Hi, Deb. I was so close to you. I wanted to reach out and have a visit with you, but I didn't. Oh, Tracy is here. Hi, Tracy. Tracy was another one. She like was very encouraging when I saw her at the gathering, which is really heartwarming, because you don't know, like, again, you press the button, you don't know where it lands. So knowing that it does land from time to time is appreciated. But took 7 hours due to traffic. Yeah. Let's not talk about that drive, shall we? It was a long, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So I'm Zakia of livesoapschool.com. Don't forget to reach out regarding the Canada event. Got to do Canada. So all of this is what we were able to get, meeting people, interacting with people, and this is kind of the restart for Live Soap School. God is so good. I can't wait until I retire and dive into making soap, scrubs, and bath bomb. Virginia, come on over. come on over. Vanessa just retired. She can tell you a lot about that. Well, not a lot. It's been a month. She can tell you a lot about that side. And I haven't missed anything else on the YouTube side. I'm Zakia Ringgold. I am going to play the video one more time for all of you. For Beth, who was the host of the Bubbles and Blazes, thank you for putting it together. It was 2 years since the last one. For LaShonda, Tyree for teaching us cream soap making and then hosting the make and take. For Vanessa, reminding us to dance while we are making our products. Thank you. And then for everyone that was there, thank you for bringing yourself, bringing your humility, your sense of just being with other people. It really made it worth it, and you helped to recharge this girl into clicking that button again. And I will go ahead and play the video in case you missed it. I'll see you all soon. Make sure you subscribe.